There are some movies that come out and you immediately know what they are. It's a superhero movie, a sequel, maybe a remake, it's another chapter in a franchise you've probably already seen 6 times. And then there are movies like Buddy, or I should say It's Buddy, a movie about a bright orange unicorn who stars in a children's television show. And apparently he's also completely insane. Some might even say fucked up. And somehow Buddy has become one of the horror movies people can't stop talking about. The movie premiered at Sundance earlier this year, where it played in the midnight section, and since then the conversation around it has only gotten louder. It's currently sitting at an 82% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty impressive for something this bizarre. But here's the thing, I don't think people are talking about Buddy simply because it's a horror movie about a creepy children's character. I think people are talking about Buddy because it represents something we don't get enough of anymore. A movie that has an actual identity. A movie where you can see the poster, hear the premise, watch 30 seconds of footage, and immediately know, okay, this is bizarre and I've never seen this before, but I'm into it. And that's what I want to talk about today. Why is everyone talking about Buddy? What makes this movie so strange? Why does he kind of look like Barney? Fuck it, I don't know. He's a unicorn from a magic land. Let's start with the obvious question. What exactly is Buddy? The movie takes place inside a fictional children's television program called It's Buddy. And Buddy is exactly what you'd expect from a children's television mascot. He's colorful, he's cheerful, he sings, he teaches children's lessons, he wants everybody to be happy. He's basically designed to be the most lovable creature imaginable. Except something is very, very wrong. The story follows a group of children living inside this seemingly perfect television world. But when one child refuses to play along with Buddy's idea of happiness, the cracks start to appear. And eventually, Buddy stops being the lovable mascot everyone knows. He becomes the thing the kids have to escape from. Sundance's official description is pretty simple. A brave girl and her friends have to escape a kid's television show. And honestly, that's all you need to know. Because the less you know about this movie going in, the better. It's one of those concepts where the elevator pitch is already insane enough. I mean, just in quote, what if Barney was a horror movie?
Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination.
That's basically enough to make somebody say, okay, I'll watch that. I mean, I will. And that's exactly why the movie works as a piece of marketing. You don't need a 5-minute explanation. You don't need to explain an entire cinematic universe. You don't even need to know 20 years of lore. You just need to see Buddy. And then ask yourself, why does that thing look so weird and bizarre and kind of creepy in a way, but kind of cute? He's a unicorn from a magic land. Obviously, one of the biggest reasons Buddy is getting attention is because people immediately associate it with, you know, the guy that goes, Barney is a dinosaur from... I'm an 05, okay?
Barney is a dinosaur from...
And this is where things get interesting, because children's television characters are supposed to be comforting. They're supposed to be safe. They're supposed to teach children that the world is a nice place. No. So when you take the exact same visual language and put it into a horror movie, your brain immediately knows something is wrong. The colors are bright, the smiles are way too big, the songs are cheerful. I mean, listen to the song here.
It's Buddy, oh Buddy, he's cuddly, snuggly, our best friend.
The characters are too friendly, and suddenly all of those things that were supposed to make you feel comfortable start making you uncomfortable. That's the uncanny valley of childhood, and Buddy seems to understand that very well.
There's a theory. Did you know Barney was actually based on like a child?
Low-key fam, I had a feeling.
Check this out.
The film reportedly goes incredibly far in recreating the language of 90s children television, complete with strange side characters, talking objects, songs, bright sets, and the unmistakable low-budget children's TV aesthetic. And that's important because Buddy isn't simply saying, here's an evil mascot, it's saying, let's build an entire children's television universe and then slowly reveal that something is horribly wrong with it. That's much more interesting.
He's a unicorn from a magic land.
And if you're wondering why this movie feels so bizarre, that's a very good reason. The director is Casper Kelly, and if the name sounds familiar, there's a very good chance you've seen his work before. Kelly is the filmmaker behind one of the strangest viral videos of the 2010s, Too Many Cooks.
It takes a lot to make a stew.
A
pinch of salt and laughter too.
If you've seen it, Too Many Cooks starts off looking like a normal 90s sitcom opening. You know, the type, happy family, big smiles, theme song, credit. Everybody's having a good time, and then things are getting weird, and then weirder, and then completely insane. The 11-minute Adult Swim short became a viral sensation because Kelly understood something incredibly important about comedy and horror. You don't necessarily have to create something unfamiliar to scare people. Sometimes you just take something familiar and change one thing, then another, until the thing you recognized 5 minutes ago becomes something completely different. That's essentially the DNA of Buddy. Kelly is taking children's television instead of sitcoms, but the creative idea is similar. Start with something extremely familiar, make the audience comfortable, let them understand the rules, and then break the rules.
He's a unicorn from a magic land.
There's something inherently unsettling about children's television. Think about it. I mean, you have adults pretending to be extremely excited about a mailbox. You have puppets talking to children. You have characters singing songs about cleaning their room. You have fake houses, fake streets, fake parks. Everything is designed to look real enough for a child. I mean, also look at Coco Melon, it's kinda creepy, honestly. But artificial enough that an adult immediately knows it's fake. Buddy weaponizes all of this in the film. The world isn't supposed to feel real. It's supposed to feel like television. And that makes the horror even more effective, because you're not just watching something scary happen. You're watching something scary happen inside a world that was specifically designed to be safe. That's pretty disturbing. And it also creates some incredible opportunities for comedy. Because imagine watching a children's mascot say something completely horrifying, while still behaving like he's hosting a preschool television program. The contrast is where Buddy gets a lot of its personality, and that's why calling it simply a Barney horror movie doesn't really do it justice. It's more like a satire of the entire language of children's television.
He's a unicorn from a magic land.
Obviously, there's the cast. I mean, looking at who's involved, Cristin is involved, you know, the girl from The Penguin, which she's great. Topher Grace, Michael Shannon, Patton Oswalt, and Keegan-Michael Key providing the voice of Buddy. That's a pretty ridiculous cast for a movie about an orange unicorn murdering people. That's part of the fun. And now we get to the bigger reason I think Buddy is getting attention. Look at the movie landscape. We have a lot of sequels, remakes, reboots, legacies, spin-off, franchise, blah, 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 blah. I mean, just to put this into consideration, Obsession made more money than a Star Wars movie. That's crazy. It also made more money than a DC movie. Let's just put it that way as well. I don't want to talk about Supergirl, but what happened? Eventually, you get to a point where audiences start looking for something different. And that's where a movie like Buddy becomes interesting to people. Because regardless of whether you love it or hate it, you're going to remember it. You're going to remember the orange unicorn. You're going to remember the children's TV show aesthetic and just the idea itself. And that's valuable, especially for audiences. Because in a world where thousands of movies are released every year, being memorable is half the battle.
He's a unicorn from a magic land.
So will you go watch Buddy? Maybe it is a masterpiece. Maybe it's a hilarious midnight movie you can watch at 10 o'clock at night with popcorn and your girlfriend. I'm single, so I can't really say anything. But I think the fact that we're even having this conversation is important because me and you love movies, and you clicked on this video because you thought, what is actually this movie about? What is Buddy, and why is it even getting traction? So go watch Buddy and form your own opinion. I will as well. Maybe I'll make a review out of it. But right now, the marketing is speaking for itself, and I think a lot more people are going to go watch this movie than we thought. Have a good one.